The following podcast is intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These conversations may contain material that some viewers would not find suitable for younger viewers, and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue, as well as dark or black comedy. So, in other words, if you choose to ignore this disclaimer, we're not held liable for your poor reading and listening skills. You've been warned, idiot. I'm Crash Master One, and we you saw a lot of weird product reviews tonight. You saw a lot of weird food reviews tonight. You saw my kind of take and stuff on some fast food items, including obviously the McRib and obviously the Travis Scott burger and some Carl's Jr. foods. But it wouldn't be a fast food themed episode if we didn't at least talk about fast food. So joining me today are two of my friends. We've got RageTheMage. Say hello.
Howdy.
And we've also got my friend Kawaii Bun Bun Desu. Say hello.
Well, hello.
So, ladies, gentlemen, and people of all identities, first thing I want to bring up. So, this whole episode kind of discussed and showed off mostly like limited time fast food products and fast food things from like different places. Now, obviously, I mentioned Carl's Jr. and McDonald's just because that's what's included in the episode. But like, let's discuss and start off easy. What is some of the most either best, worst, or just downright strangest like fast food things or offerings that you can remember that like you've liked or disliked or whatever?
I got one.
Okay.
So there's a place out in Tucson, Arizona called Lucky Wishbone. And I initially went there the first time back when I was in my senior year of high school. Because we were down there basically for we were down there for a theater competition. And so afterwards everyone's like, "Hey, let's go to Lucky Wishbone, let's go to Lucky Wishbone." And I'm like, "Okay, I've never had Lucky Wishbone. What is that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's like a little burger place. It's cool." I'm like, "Okay." And so this is before I started eating hamburgers because I had like a weird thing with ground beef. It's a long story, but anyways, I noticed that they had chicken gizzards on the menu, and I was just absolutely shook. I was like, "Wait, what? They have chicken gizzards?" Like I've never seen a fast food place ever have chicken gizzards, and so I had them, and oh my God, they were delicious. So like anytime I happen to be in Tucson for whatever reason, I always go to Lucky Wishbone. I just get a whole bunch of the chicken gizzard because they're just so good.
One bucket of your finest gizzard droppings, please.
I'll take
Extra
all your
dropping.
chicken gizzards.
Ooh. I haven't had chicken gizzards in such a long time. One of my best memories of a limited time product was also Carl's Jr. related, ironically. It was that spicy El Diablo burger that I had you try.
I miss that.
It was really good because so back when I was friends with a now ex previous friend, me, him, and Waka, aka our buddy Scott, we went to Carl's Jr. and we went to go try it, and we were like, "Oh, there's a challenge, and the challenge is they dare you to try the hottest burger they've ever made," and blah blah blah. And like, it was really good, and I wound up like constantly going to Carl's Jr. to get it because I knew it was a limited time thing, and I dared other people, just like the challenge, to try it. And Kawaii, you were one of those people.
I was one of those people.
I I'll have to find the photo and I'll throw it in the episode at another point, edit it in. But it was really funny just seeing the reactions to everyone like, "Oh, this isn't that spicy and that bad," and like a minute like, "Oh no, never mind, it's actually packing heat." So,
Yeah, honestly, I've had spicier food. Like that wasn't really that bad.
but it was the flavor.
Oh, the flavor was it's on point. Like I love things that are not only spicy but have flavor because I hate things that like are just spice. Like I hate that.
Yeah. Rage, what about you? What's a limited time promo food thing you remember liking or disliking or whatever?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yes, because there's a
Um,
lot.
well, and the thing is like there's so many things that I've gone through that I couldn't recall where I was at the time. I feel like there was a place out in Globe, though I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what the name of it was, but they had a burrito challenge
Ooh.
that they had for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And they meant business. Like I distinctly remember doing this when I was in the Boy Scouts, so I was about 14 or 15 years old at most. And a bunch of the boys took that as a personal affront that one of the locals said of one of the bigger guys that he'd never be able to handle it. And I don't know why they said that. I don't remember the context. But I remember that like 4 of our 12 kid scout troop decided I and all of them completed the challenge. All of them.
Ooh.
I had never seen such a big burrito since or before. Like I want to say that that thing was almost 2 pounds, but I don't remember how big that dang thing was, truth be told. But it was enormous, and you had to eat it and the drink and the side all in one sitting.
Now,
Oh man.
funny you bring that up. Question for you too. Was there a prize involved?
You got it for free if you finished.
That's a good prize.
Yeah.
Actually, a old pho place that was out in Mesa. They're no longer in business, but there was a pho place kind of like that too, where it was this really huge bowl of pho, and basically, if you finish it, you get for free. But if you didn't finish it, like basically were like, I can't finish within the hour, or I think it was like a half hour or something like that. You got put on the wall of shame.
Oh no.
So they actually shamed you. Were just like, you couldn't finish it. What's wrong with you?
The funny thing is that completing this challenge, you got it for free and you got your picture on the wall. So I don't know if they still have it. I don't even know if this place is still open or not. It was some modern pop type thing. But my scout troop's photo got up on there, and one of the boys barely finished it, and he looked so sick in the photo. He was complaining the entire rest of the trip.
Oh, poor thing.
See, and it's funny because I think all three of us at this point have at least a food competition related story at some point. So let's start off easy because ironically enough, I just got done eating some of this today. Arby's, go.
Ooh, Arby's. I think. So like we just basically pick like any item and like how we customize it.
Yeah, like what's your dream Arby's like meal? What's your dream Burger King meal?
Okay.
Oh.
So my go-to for Arby's is probably the half-pound roast beef and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
But add bacon to it because bacon makes everything better.
Yeah.
I'd have to say the chicken bacon Swiss is one of the few that I can actually handle. For whatever reason, my stomach can't do Arby's ever.
Oh no.
That's fair.
So I have a bad relationship with them. So the chicken is the only thing like I kind of can do. So the Swiss bacon, getting the curly fries because I actually unironically love the curly fries.
I had to have curly fries.
I actually have some other curly fries in my freezer right now.
Yeah, they're bonus points if you get the loaded because the loaded curly fries are really really good. And
Oh, yeah.
I love jalapeno bites forever. You can ask freaking Crash. I will eat any menu's jalapeno bites,
Yes,
whether or
you
not I
will.
regret it later.
Oh, same.
That's a whole nother story.
Now I got a question for you, Rage. When you get jalapeno bites, do you like the cheddar ones or do you like the cream cheese ones?
Ooh, that's a hard distinction for me because I'll let you in on a secret.
Oh no.
Mm.
I don't actually prefer cheddar or the cream cheese. Cream cheese is a close second. There was a jalapeno popper I tried, and I can't remember where I got it from because again, little mom and pop place that I never went to another time. That had a pepper jack for the filling.
Oh, I
That
think
was
I've had one like that too, and it was good.
I've made
Yes.
ones like that before that are good.
Those are, for whatever reason, mixing the peppers like that, and when it just something about that makes it that much better to me. I don't know, just better. So pepper jack,
No,
jalapeno
I
pepper.
feel that. I feel that.
I feel that too. For me, I would honestly have to say for Arby's, I either like to get a beef and cheddar, or I will get usually whatever like chicken sandwich thing that they'll have. Although, me and Dad absolutely love the jalapeno poppers, and then I don't think they still have it. They might by the time this episode goes out, but like I like their prime rib ones and like their limited time like sandwiches that they do where it's like the smoked like 12-hour meat and stuff. That's actually pretty good.
Oh, like the elk one they did. Oh my god, the
Yeah.
elk one was so good.
Yes,
I never got a
actually
chance to try it.
Dude, okay, I lucked out. So basically what happened was, like everyone was already expecting it to like sell out everywhere because like a lot of my friends went to like other Arby's and they're like, oh my god, they're completely out. I had to go to like 3 different ones. And so I go out like literally like minute they open, like literally I think it was like 9 or 10 in the morning. I go out because it was like my day off, and I go to the closest Arby's, which was like about like 5-10 minutes away from my house at the time. And so I go there, and I'm just like, "Hey, y'all got that elk sandwich?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're actually the first person who's asked about it. You want one?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Whoa, what?
Yeah. Well, it's because it was like kind of like out there. Like it was kind of like, so basically the closest freeway from where that particular Arby's was had to be at least like I think like 10-15 minutes away, maybe even more than that, probably more like 20. So no one's really gonna like go that far unless they happen to be in that area. And then plus it was kind of like a dead area too. There wasn't really much there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was pretty easy to like go there and just be like, "Hey, can I have one?" They're like, "Yeah, sure, here you go." And I'm like, "Cool."
The next restaurant of choice is going to be obviously Burger King. What would you get there and why?
Okay. So I have a weird one. So you know how Burger King has like that veggie burger?
Yeah, the Impossible one.
No. Because they had another one. It was like a Boca burger before the Impossible Burger was a thing.
Oh yeah, I again forgot it. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, but add bacon to it.
You're just a chaotic neutral today, aren't you?
I'm always chaotic neutral. I just like doing that just to confuse people because I've actually done that at a restaurant before where I got a veggie burger and I had asked them to add bacon to it. They're like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want a veggie burger with bacon on it." And they're like, "So let me get this straight. You want a veggie burger with bacon on it?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "What?"
Right.
Because again, it kind of ties back to the whole like back when I used to not like ground beef thing. It's a story for another day, but it ties into that.
What about you, Rage?
Well, I'd come off as a lightweight, but it's one of those things where I'm not a super huge fan of a lot of things Burger King does. Not because it's awful, but just because only certain things appetize to me. So it's like, I've either have to get the Texas Double, just because I like the saucing and whatnot that goes on it, or I have to go all out and just know that I'm going to hate myself for the rest of the day and get a triple Whopper because it has the most meat.
See, I love going
fair.
to a place where, like, they give you the option where it's like, listen, do you want to eat, like, an actual meal, or do you just, like, want to hate yourself for, like, 2 days straight? I'll take an extra hate myself for 3 days straight, please.
Well, I mean, the thing about hating yourself when you do that is, like, Crash has seen me eat at mom and pop burger places and seen the photos I take. I don't mess around. When I put a place like that through its paces, I literally have requested an everything burger. And I've had them go, "Oh, you want this?" And I go, "No, no, no, no. Take one of everything you have and put it on the burger."
So basically, to give a visual to the audience, think the ultimatum from regular show, where like it's not the emphasis of just put everything you have on there. It's no, I want literally everything in this thing.
It kind of reminds me of a sandwich idea I thought of, where it's basically where I call it the kitchen sink, where and the description is literally everything but.
Yes, that is it exactly. When I come across a new place, that's what I want. And so often when I go to, places like Burger King or Arby's, they either don't have enough that I can have a proper hella meal out of this thing, or their quality isn't good enough to warrant anything than everything but the kitchen sink. Everything but the kitchen sink.
So with that in mind, the next place is Wendy's. Oh, and as far as what I would get at Burger King, usually I just go either for their their steakhouse burger, but I'll get like a single patty, or honestly, I'd just go with a classic Whopper and some fries. So
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I'll get nuggies, but here's why I'm segueing into Wendy's. Listen, this is gonna be a bit controversial on the internet, especially because at the time of this recording, the McDonald's spicy nuggets are back. But okay, audience, if you want to lean in a little closer to the microphone, listen. Wendy's nuggets are better, and have always been better.
I like both.
I really like just getting some spicy nuggets at Wendy's and like a Dave's single, or if I really want to go in a food coma, a double baconator with like baked potato.
I guess for me with the nuggets, if I want nostalgia, I'll get the McDonald's chicken nuggets. But if I want good quality chicken nuggets, then I'll go to Wendy's. It just really kind of depends on what mood I'm in. So basically, that's how that works.
That's fair. What would you guys get at Wendy's?
Oh, baconator. I know. I have a trend right now where it's just bacon everything.
Hey, you know what? Bacon's good, especially on these sort of things. And the funny thing is I like the bacon jalapeno. The double is really good. I wish it was a standard for them to let me get the pretzel pub as the bacon jalapeno. Because I like adding a little bit of spice to my pretzel burgers, just because, pretzel has a distinct flavor, and I feel like that matches well, but I may be committing some cardinal sins here.
No.
And so if I'm going to get one of those, I tend to either get the chili if I'm not going with the spicy one. If I am, I'm going to go ahead and get their regular old French fries. No shenanigans on that. I've tried their baked potatoes, and they're all right. They're not the best, but of course, you finish it off with getting a Frosty. You have to get a Frosty.
Oh yeah, no, you have to get Frosty.
Oh yeah,
that's like a forbidden sin if you don't. So,
unfortunately,
I don't always get a Frosty, but when I'm in the mood for one, I get one. And I actually tried the Ghirardelli chocolate one where it had a cookie and stuff. That one was good.
So good.
Yeah, but Wendy's is one of those where its quality is good enough to warrant the little bit of extra price out of it. Always.
Which, good segue. Speaking of extra price, we've covered Arby's, Burger King, and Wendy's, but this one is a personal staple to me because of all the traveling I did as a kid with my family. And one of the consistent places that I always enjoyed, actually even above Wendy's and Arby's and every other place, has always been Whataburger. And honestly, I could get anything off the menu of Whataburger, but if I had to pick a very specific thing, it's a tie between their barbecue chicken strip sandwich, or honestly, I really do like a good patty melt with just some onion rings. Just short, sweet, to the point. What about you guys? What's your Whataburger take?
So I actually have like a very specific order when I go to Whataburger. And spoiler alert, it has bacon.
No! Dear God.
I know, like all my stuff has bacon. It's ridiculous. But anyways, so when I go to Whataburger, usually what I'll get is I'll just get the double bacon cheeseburger, and I take off the onions and the mustard because I hate onions and mustard. But I add ketchup and mayonnaise, pickles, and then sometimes jalapenos if I feel like spicing up a little bit. And then basically I'll get the fries and I'll get like the spicy ketchup that they have because I love their spicy ketchup. It's just oh, so good. And then for the drink, if they have it, because it's a seasonal thing, the root beer shake that they have is just so good.
That is good. Rage, your thoughts?
I'm with you on the patty melt. Like, that's a solid burger, and the thing is I love that they offer Texas toast, and yes, I know Whataburger's
Oh yeah.
chain, so of course they have it, but it's like sometimes I really wish other places would offer that because I'm a big fan. And so I get their patty melt, but I insist on having the grilled peppers and onions with the green chilies.
Ooh.
Sometimes I put the grilled jalapenos on it if I want extra pain, but I like putting the creamy pepper sauce on that too. I mean, just what can I say? The Monterey, the beef patty, it's a classic.
It is a classic.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah, I usually do the Texas toast myself, or sometimes if I feel like I want to be like kind of healthy but still kind of gross, the lettuce wrap.
Taco Bell, what's your items of choice?
Oh boy. I guess Crunchwrap Supreme with steak.
Okay.
But honestly, like Taco Bell's at like my bottom tier of like fast food places because I've just had nothing but issues.
You know what? Fair. I actually really like their chalupas or their cheesy gorditas. See, I'm awful, and I like Mexican food even when it's really, really shitty. So I legitimately enjoy Taco Bell. Unironically, no joke, no blah, blah, blah. I like it, even though I know it's garbage food. It's not even good Mexican food. It is American wannabe Mexican food.
So, if we're talking in the current state of Taco Bell, I would say my picks would honestly maybe just a couple of soft tacos, but swap out the meat with either chicken or black beans, or honestly, on a rare occasion, the quesarito, which you can only now get on the app. You can't really like order it off the menu. And then obviously like a freezy or something, maybe like a couple just small tacos. But that's another episode another day. Is I have a long history with Taco Bell, including a certain burrito they used to serve. But yeah. Well, that's a whole escapade for a whole nother episode. So we talked about a lot of different fast food places that we like, we dislike, commercials, ads, gimmicks. We've talked about limited time items. We've talked about things we hate. But like, I guess my final question for the night or episode day, time doesn't exist anymore. We're all indoors anyways. What is your overall consensus when it comes to the current state of affairs, when it comes to like, fast food restaurants and places to sit down and dine in and like, take out and carry out and like, especially in the ever-growing business where things like DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats, all that pretty much exists. And so, like, I guess my question is, there was a time before any of that where you just went to a place and, like, went in the drive-thru and got food or took it home, whatever. with the current state of affairs, with obviously delivery and convenience and stuff, do you feel like fast food as a whole has rapidly gotten better, rapidly declined, rapidly kind of stayed the same? Like, what's your consistent consensus of fast food as a whole?
I think right now with the pandemic, I feel like it's declined a little bit, which, I mean, to be real, like, times are hard for everybody, including probably the businesses too, because they basically had to completely change their whole business model, like, on a whim, like, basically this time last year, and they're kind of just like, oh, we've never dealt with a pandemic, so we're just gonna wing it. So, like, I'm not gonna, like, completely bash on all fast food places and say, oh, you're sucking because you should be better and because the pandemic and everything, but I've definitely noticed that it just seems like the quality's definitely gone down. Like sandwiches that I used to get that would have like romaine lettuce now have like shredded lettuce or like no lettuce whatsoever, and it's just kind of like it's kind of sad.
Yeah. I I would say some places are doing better than others, and it's unfortunate, but I recognize that it is what it is. Like
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not even going to harp too hard on that because the bottom line is they're all doing their best, and some of these people who I've met working at individual places really are trying to do their best here. And
Mhm.
like when you're working in this kind of environment, pardon me a sigh of sadness, but
No,
it's fucked.
I completely understand. I've worked in I've never worked in like fast food restaurants and stuff before, but I've worked definitely in kitchens and at like, at shelters and school cafeterias and a lot of places like that, and have definitely helped out where I could. And so a lot of I feel the current state of fair fast food has, just as a whole, has definitely dipped in quality for sure, but I feel like there's a bit of like a resurgence coming back since a lot of these places and fast food chains are, again, back to the healthy question earlier, trying to be a bit more resourceful and a bit more understanding and more socially aware of their environments and their numbers and stuff going on now. And I feel like no matter if you like a place, like for me, I love places like Sonic and Whataburger and things in Arby's and things like that. In Rage's case, he likes, just in most cases, just a good classic like burger and fries at a basic place. And he likes spicy. With even you, Kauai, you like a lot more of like kind of outside the box places and stuff that could always improve on a recipe. So, to you, the viewer, we're gonna end this episode in the form of a question. If you had the chance to help make a change for not just fast food places everywhere, and obviously the history of fast food, but like, if you could have the chance to make a change to better the quality of all your favorite places and help out where you can, would you do so and what? But yeah, that about does it, folks. And any last words of sage advice you guys want to give to the audience?
I don't have nothing.
Quiet.
I mean, with the current state of events, all I can think of is GameStop stonks go brr.
Alright. Well, that about does it. And I will see you guys later.
All right, see ya.